Yo, it's first time being to the channel. Leave a like, subscribe, and follow the Instagram. We finna get into this Chud the Builder exposed by Umar Johnson. Let's go.
Chud the Builder has been hiding. But before we get to what Umar Johnson just exposed and revealed today, let's do a quick recap because we got an update on the white supremacists who stormed Chud's bond hearing, made a scene, and got put in jail as well.
Crime, a controversial social media personality, remains behind bars for now. The judge in Chud the Builder's case is keeping his $1 million bond in place. Chud, whose real name is Dalton Etherly, is charged with attempted murder, aggravated assault, reckless endangerment.
You see how that nigga look? Consequences. That is what consequences looks like. He ain't being racist in there. I bet he didn't tell that guard nothing. I bet he didn't say none of them racist comments to that guard. I can promise you that, or any of them niggas that he's in the, I promise you he's on his best behavior in there. This is what consequences looks like.
And employing a firearm during a dangerous felony. He was arrested last week for a shooting outside the Montgomery County Courthouse, while the victim is recovering. Today, a judge locked in a more than $1 billion bond he'd previously set. But before court wrapped up, the judge said someone online offered to pay his bond. Those details are still being worked out this afternoon. And at one point during today's hearing, a man was asked to leave for reacting to video playing in the courtroom. While he was being escorted out, he made a comment about a, quote, two-tiered justice system. That's when the judge ordered him to be taken into custody.
He's now on Twitter crying as if he was the victim.
You see this? This is another time where we have to point out consequences. You do stupid shit in a courtroom, you're going to get a stupid response. Or not even a stupid response. You're going to get a valid response. What's the nigga talking about? I want to show the sports Chud the Builder a bond here, and then he was arrested, thrown in the maximum, blah, 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 blah. Here's how it happened. I was sitting next to Chud, wonderful fiance. Oh, look at it. And he's a dick rider. This nigga's a dick rider. From that second sentence, he's a dick rider.
I swear, yo, all these dudes do is cry.
What is he
They're
doing?
Perpetual victims.
Bitching.
They're every stereotype they try to put on us. Now he's on X crying as if somebody did something wrong to him. As if he was not the one who went to them good folks' courtroom to act a fool to get some social media clout. Now he's dealing with the consequences, and now he can't take it. So he goes, update from Jake. I went to show support at Chud the Builder's $1.25 million bond hearing and was arrested and thrown in the maximum he could sentence me to of 10 days of solitary confinement by the judge. Here's how it happened. I was sitting next to Chud's wonderful and soft-spoken fiance when she whispered, "I love you" to Chud, and was kicked out the courtroom. Moments later, I was nodding my head in agreement to a video of Chud during an interview when the bailiff demanded that I leave the courtroom as well. I stood up and calmly exited and said in a normal speaking tone, "This is a two-tier yeah."
You weren't, I'm letting him talk.
I bet.
Yeah. You weren't supposed to say shit, my nigga. You weren't supposed to be playing no video inside the courtroom. You probably weren't supposed to be there. You weren't supposed to get up and say some shit under your breath. You was just supposed to get up and fucking leave. Now you're in the jail cell looking stupid. You deserve this. Get over it.
I'll bet, buddy. All right. I'll bet you was kicked out. Right. You, Jake Lang, who literally went to Minnesota with a pig head to antagonize Muslims. You, the outrageous human being we know you to be, I'm sure you was getting kicked out and you said...
He was antagonizing Muslims too?
Two-tier justice system. Yeah, I'm sure that's how that went, okay? Now, this is where he lost he confused a lot of people right here, okay? Because Jake Lang, we know, okay, Jake Lang, mom is Jewish, his dad is Jewish. There are pictures of Jake Lang as a kid where he's kissing the wall, right? Like he's wearing, like the Muslim. He's wearing the traditional Jewish cloths. But when Jake Lang became an extremist and a white supremacist online, he understands the white supremacists hate his kind more than they hate black people. So he began to denounce and disavow his Jewish heritage and pretend like it don't exist.
Yeah, he's a goofy.
But when he got sent to jail, I guess now he got some common sense because he's now saying that he's inside the Montgomery County jail at this moment, and he's been starving for 2 days because they're refusing to give him a kosher diet.
Kosher? What the fuck? That's some what is it? Some Judaism shit? Either way though, my nigga, it's only been 2 days. You got 14 before you die, so you ask me, keep not feeding his ass. This is what happens when you do stupid shit. Don't go to jail. That's all you have to do. Don't go to jail and this wouldn't happen to you. Don't do stupid shit. That nigga's gonna be fine. He wasn't starving when he walked up in the courtroom. He wasn't starving when he walked out and he said, two-tier justice system. No. He was fine then. He's fine now.
Kosher, hold on, bruh.
Not trying to reform these niggas.
Again, I don't know much about a kosher diet, but ain't a kosher diet like the Jewish diet? He goes, I was also told by Sergeant Hawley today that my request for a kosher diet was denied,
right?
And that he would be put on suicide watch if I refused to eat, which is basically naked torture in a cell alone for 10 days.
Nigga, it don't work like that. You in jail. You gonna eat whatever the fuck we feed you. Again, if you don't like that, don't go to jail, gang. Don't do stupid shit. What the fuck? Nigga thought he was finna have a picnic?
They're going to move me in with a roommate in solitary tonight, but would not give me any other details.
And I bet he ain't gonna be saying none of that crazy shit to that roommate.
Yes!
I bet he ain't saying none of that crazy shit.
Yo, shout out to Sergeant Hawley, man. This is how
you
do it, man.
Yes, Lord.
Put Chud in a solitary confinement cell with a rolling 60 crib.
And let's see what happens. Exactly.
I want Chud to also share a cell with a black man. Oh, you.
And it's going to be quiet.
Y'all are tough as hell when you guys is out in public antagonizing black people.
Right.
Y'all is tough as hell when y'all...
Right. The ones they know they ain't going to do them nothing. You walking up to these people minding their business in public next to all these police officers or just out in public with all these people around you, knowing nothing's gonna happen to you. You're just trying to piss people off. So piss them niggas off in that jail cell, gang. Piss that nigga in that bunk with you. Please.
Y'all are bringing pigheads to antagonize Muslims. Now y'all in prison and you can't share a cell with a black man? You can't share a cell with a Muslim? But I thought you tough, huh? So you only tough when there's the broadcast cameras and there's police and it's broad daylight and there's cameras and there's citizens to help you from really getting what you deserve. Now you in prison and you want to know who they want you to share a cell with. You think that's how prison works? You think they come to you and get your permission? Hey, Jake, would you mind sharing a cell with a person A? No. Sorry, Jake. Let's find somebody else. That's not how prison works, homie.
Exactly.
And boy, you better pray. You better
pray to God.
Better pray.
It ain't the right
they
motherfucker.
They don't put you in a cell with a militant black man, Brett. That's your butt.
It's gonna be
now
bad.
They continue and they said, I showed up to Chud's hearing because I know what it's like to turn around in a courtroom where your life is on the line. And
ain't nobody trying to hear all that tree hugging shit.
I wanted to make sure Chud did not go through the same pain I had to for 4 years and 6 days as a January 6th political prisoner. I stood up and said something because that's what righteous men do. All it takes for evil.
Okay, now righteous men can't eat. Now righteous men is starving in a prison cell. That's what being right. That's what being righteous got you. Fucking idiot. Jesus Christ.
Yo, these dudes really believe in they heart.
He's saying it with his soul.
They really believe in their heart. They are the good guys. And if you think that's bad, the second update is worse. The second update is worse. This man is beyond effed. So they came back with a second update, okay? And boy, he's cooked. They go, as I was on the phone with Jake yesterday, getting this message from him, he was yelling in his cell, begging to be fed and saying how hungry he was. Oh, poor
Like I
Jake.
said, you got 14 days, gang.
Starve him some more. I disavow, right? There's not a lot on YouTube. He goes, seconds later, a supervisor who was black. Why is this a necessary detail? If you truly in your heart don't believe that you are out here victimizing black people and you're out here being hateful, then you wouldn't even think that black people had a reason to hate you, right? Like you wouldn't even think twice that, the police officers or the supervisors were black because black people would have no reason to hate you, right? You're not hateful. As you say, right? Goofy. So he goes, seconds later, a supervisor, black, and another man went into Jake's cell, said he's coming with them, put him in handcuffs and took him away. I have now not heard from Jake for over 24 hours because they have taken away his phone privileges simply for begging for food. They have apparently called the jail, and the jail hasn't told them exactly where Jake is. Now, he was sent to prison, well, jail for 10 days.
I have a question. Do you feel bad for that nigga? I'm talking to you. You right there. Do you feel bad for that nigga? I don't. I don't feel bad at all. You know what would make you have a phone? If you didn't go up in the court and say no stupid shit. You can use your phone all day. This is what happens when you're an idiot. It's not hard. Like, literally, they said he went to jail for, what, 4 years already? And you still came back and did some dumb shit? Nigga, you must like it in there.
About, what, 2 days so far? No, maybe 3. You know, he's still got about 7 days left, okay? All right. Enjoy your time in jail. Now, whoever your cellmate is, I'm not advocating for violence. I would never violate YouTube guidelines like that, you know?
I'm not monetized, and I'm not a big YouTuber. I am advocating for smack the shit out that nigga, beat that nigga's ass, do whatever y'all gotta do to him. Because he was so tough when he was out in public. He was so tough. So see if he is tough in that jail cell, please. Please.
I wish Jake safety. I wish the black man who is in the cell with Jake, I wish Jake leaves the cell in one piece, in whole, safe and sound. I wish Jake the best. Okay? I wish him the best, man. All right. Now, Dr. Umar Johnson did an interview with Art of the Dialogue, and Umar Johnson had a deep analysis of where he believes Chud came from, who he believes is funding Chud, and exactly why Chud is out here doing what he does.
Okay.
And I'll be real. This Umar Johnson theory isn't the first time I heard this theory, which is why there's some credibility to this, and I think we should all listen to this.
Nigga, let's
you
hear
heard
it.
about this one guy? His name is Chud the Builder, and he's going around antagonizing black people, calling them N-words, and you heard about this?
I've seen the clips of Chud the Builder.
Okay.
Most recently, Art, if I understand and if my memory is serving me correctly, he is being held after shooting someone multiple times.
He did shoot someone.
Outside of a courthouse.
It was outside a courthouse.
The man he shot was a disabled black veteran. Shot him multiple times.
I didn't know
the
that
brother
part.
survived outside a courthouse. So they got the video surveillance, and he's being held on $1.25 million bail. $1.25 million bail. Attempted homicide is the charge. He does have an attorney. And to my knowledge, the public defender, Art, didn't want to defend him. The public defender didn't want to defend him, and so he had to go and find someone. I'm gonna tell
you know how bad it is when a public defender don't want to, like, defend you? That shit is wild. Them niggas' job is to deal with the worst of the worst. If a public defender don't want to defend you, you must be doing some shit.
I think this is an FBI psyops.
There's a couple aspects here.
They get the cases
you
nobody
can still
wants.
be a part of the psyop without knowing you're a part of the psyop. Rap music, hip hop.
Right.
These rappers were a part of the psyop and had no idea they were a part of the psyop. Right? They were used by the FBI. They were used by the CIA to essentially destroy black culture.
Right.
And how they did it? Well, they just made sure that the gangster music, the most degenerate music possible got pushed to the forefront. In terms of Chud went from being this relatively unknown weirdo, right, who would do some racist things on Twitter. You know, like nobody really knew who he was. Like Twitter was kind of like suppressing his reach. Then a switch happened within like a month. Chud clips was everywhere.
Right.
Chud was on every broadcast. Chud was on every clip page. Right. Now you could attribute that to Kick.
And the fact that the algorithm even lets like racist shit like this gets pushed to the forefront is wild. Cause niggas get shadow banned for so much shit. And like niggas being pushed up and being racist isn't one of them.
And the Kick clipping program, maybe that's it.
But it is Kick.
The powers
they
that
allow
be say, you know
anything.
what? We should probably push that content right.
Which is another thing I try to say, because everybody be trying to say that's why they like Kick more than Twitch, because Kick lets you get away with anything. But gang, it's not the best to be on a platform that doesn't take a... Okay, it's not that good to be on a platform, right? Where you're allowed to say anything or anything that you want, because you will get people like this, and you will run into more situations like this where people are doing anything for views, and it's just being allowed on the platform. That's why I think Twitch is better, because you need to monetize, you need to demonetize some niggas. You need some niggas to be shadow banned. You need some niggas to not be able to get the word out. Maybe that's against free speech, but I don't really care.
Right there. That content right there.
Not everything needs to be pushed out to the public.
Divides and destroys all progress towards race relations in America. That content right there will have them fighting among themselves while Trump is stealing $2 billion to give to like insurrectionists.
And not only does it ruin race relations, but it's not funny. Like, it's just not good content. Like, literally anybody could get a camera right now, go out and stream, and just be racist and get views. It's not hard. Like, anyone could blow up and do that. It's not like, I don't know. Literally, it's some of the most brain dead shit you could do if you want to go viral. And that's why he's doing it, to go viral. Just to get more cash out the situation. Because, like, I promise you, if he wasn't making no money, eventually he would have stopped doing this shit. It's literally only because the algorithm is pushing him.
Go ahead and push this content some more. So Chud could be the PSYOP without him knowing he's a part of the PSYOP. Right. Now, I knew something was up, to be honest, when the FBI, according to Chud, came and got him when he went to jail. They interviewed him for about 2 or 3 hours.
Right, because why did you question him?
And they asked him all type of questions. My thing is, why would the FBI take an interest in Chud, who's this, like, this, you know,
the goofy
like
nigga.
He's somewhat popular, I guess, but like he's not, right? Like he's not impactful. Like, he's not no type of, like, you know, like revolutionary or activist or free thinker. But the FBI came and sat down for 3 hours and asked Chud if he's a part of any type of extremist groups. Why would they be so focused on Chud? So I don't think Umar Johnson is far-fetched at all.
I think this is a experiment by the U.S. government to see how black people will react to overtly violent white racists patrolling our communities. Right. I think this is part of a larger experiment and social agenda that is preparing for a possible martial law or social unrest or civil war to come. Black people need to follow this Chud the Builder case. I'm wondering, Art, if he is a veteran. Do you know if he's a veteran or not? Because most of these crazies,
I heard nothing about that.
Quote unquote crazies, tend to be ex-military cutouts. Do you know if that's the case with him?
Nah, from what I know, he never been in the military.
Okay. Even if he's not, that don't mean he's not an MK Ultra though. Most of the MK Ultra CIA psych op test dummies are ex-military cutouts, but they don't have to be. But I'm having a hard time believing he's just doing this unless he's mentally ill, Art.
I don't even like when they try to give the mental health out.
Right.
No, because that mental
Put
health
that nigga
out
in jail.
can potentially have ramifications
Exactly.
when he goes to court and they say, you know, he's mentally ill. You know, he's facing 60 years. Let's give him 2 years at a hospital. No. I'm not giving.
Jail.
No, he did everything in his right state of mind. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think, man? Y'all think it's Chud?
Okay, video's over. I don't know about all that, like, extra theorizing shit. I don't do all those, like, extra theories. What I do know is this nigga's racist. We need to put a stop to this as a community, not just the black community. All the communities to come together, because shit like this can get out of pocket fast. Because, I'm not gonna lie, as a people, we will eventually retaliate. And it's gonna be bad. And why would we take it that far? Because he's gonna run into the right person who's going to do something about it. And it don't even need to be taken that far. It needs to be, in the perfect world, niggas just wouldn't be making the content blow up. But at the same time, a lot of niggas be really be sneaky racist. But in a perfect world, I just think we need to stop having the content blow up. If we need to all come together and stop watching it, I think while he's in jail, if someone smacks the fuck out of him, I'm not mad at that. Or if they whoop his ass, I'm not mad at that. Not promoting violence, but kind of am. But yeah, y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think.